Aloha and welcome back. Now we're going to talk about the African Diaspora News Channel. They are talking about the Republican Party also needs to do for blacks to earn our votes. Let's see what they got to say.
I have a little public service announcement for the Republican Party. Just know that whoever controls the black vote will be in power for a very long time. Now, what I mean by that is, if you go back into history, and listen, I'm not a historian.
Well, Donald Trump did just win the election with only having 14 or something percent of the black vote.
Buff or anything like that, but I know a little bit. Go back in history. During the 1930s, when FDR was president, he was struggling. And he needed voters. Now, remember, he was a Democrat. And back then, black people, we could still vote. It was suppressed, but we could still vote, were mostly Republican, I would say. Well, his wife had a conversation with him. She said, honey, if you want to win, you got to include the Negro. That's kind of what she said, right? Because he didn't like black people. In fact, he didn't even want black people in the White House at all. I think it was Booker T. Washington that was going to go visit. And he was like, I don't want him here. But nevertheless, he listened to good old Eleanor, and he says, you know what? Okay. So he started to cozy up to black people. Now, you got to remember, the Great Depression was still kind of going on then. The Great Depression took place in 1929. Everybody was struggling, but specifically black people, as usual, right? They say when America catches a cold, black America, we catch the flu. So he says, okay, great. I got this new program called the New Deal. It was like a socialist program, if you will, to help people out.
And everybody loved the New Deal. The biggest complaint is that people were left out.
And I'm going to include y'all. Now, the Republican Party then wasn't necessarily talking about that. So black people said, okay, well, we'll see what we'll get with that. From that point, we started to become Democrats more and more. Then you bring in LBJ in the 1960s with his Great Society program that, you guessed it, it included black people. And that's kind of where they got the stronghold on the black voter. Now, of course, we know that neither one of those programs really helped black people at all. We've been oppressed, and everything else you can think of ever since then. Although they try to tell us, well, that was for you too. Was it really? Was it really? Were we used to just get votes? Now, I say all that to say that they, tried to, I don't even know if they tried, to help black people, and we've been loyal to them ever since, the Democrats. So I'm saying to the Republicans, if you actually implement things to help black people, like for real, not that here's a little, piece of bread, none of that kind, like for real. Y'all know we want reparations. I know y'all don't want us to have it, but if you do something specifically for black people and you keep doing it, not just because you need us, that's fine. We don't have a problem with a give and take, but it has to be a give and take, right? Because y'all seen our relationship with the Democrats. It's been give to the Democrats, and we watch them give everything else to everybody else. So I'm saying to you, Republican Party, if you really want to keep, where you at, because black people, we change our minds really quick. I just want to keep you the buck with you. If you want to stay there and you want to benefit from the black vote, actually do something for black people without the brainwashing that the Democrats did to black people. And there's still some of us that are still under the, the spell of the Democrats. They'll wake up eventually. But I'm just letting you know, if you want black people to become a Republican again, that should be a slogan, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Then you're going to actually have to do something for black people. That's all I'm saying. But I'm also going to say this to black people. If they never do, we got to do for self. Regardless if the Democrats or the Republicans do anything, we still got to do for self. But I'm just putting that out there to the Republicans. If you like that, 13% of the black vote that Trump got, then actually capitalize on that by saying, okay, playtime is over. We want to keep them.
Playtime is over.
Tell me what you think of that. And for more insight.
Okay, so that's from the Black Diaspora News Channel. And she was talking about how FDR and then LBJ got the black vote. But this is a big reason why. This is Republicans talking about black people in the 70s. Not all Republicans, or 1981. In this audio made public for the first time ever, Atwater lays
Here's
out.
how I would approach that issue as a statistician or a political scientist, or no, as a psychologist, which I'm not. Is how abstract you handle the race thing. In other words, you start out, and now y'all aren't quoting me on this.
Don't quote.
You start out in 1954 by saying nigger, nigger, nigger. By 1968, you can't say nigger. That hurts you, backfires. So you say stuff like force busing, states' rights, and all that stuff. And you're getting so abstract now. You're talking about cutting taxes and all of these things you're talking about are totally economic things, and the byproduct of them is blacks get hurt worse than whites. And subconsciously, maybe that is part of it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if it is getting that abstract and that coded, that we're doing away with the racial problem one way or the other. You follow me? Because obviously sitting around saying we want to cut taxes, we want to cut this, and we want is much more abstract than even the busing thing, and a hell of a lot more abstract than nigger, you know. So any way you look at it, race is coming on the back burner.
Race is coming on the back burner, but so that's how Republicans would talk about us. And so if there's only two options, you really can't go to that option, can you? Right? Like, that's just unacceptable. So kind of try to go with the Democrats. But again, let's go green. Like, share, subscribe. Green Party. Leave a comment. Holla at your boy.